Question number 7. The SAS yearbook is taking some pictures. There are 990 students in total. We've taken 585 pictures so far, and we want to know what percent of the goal has been achieved. So essentially, I want to know 580, let me just write this out. 585 is what percent of 990? Okay. So how are we going to approach this? I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use a table on this one. So I've got my percentage and my number. Now, we know that the total number of students is 990. 990, and that means that is going to be 100%. And what I need to do is I need to figure out what is 585. So I need to get from 990 down to 585. Okay, so this is going to require some little bit ugly calculations, but that's okay. We'll just use a calculator for that. You could do this in one step, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this down to 5. Okay, so I want to know what do I need to divide 990 by to get 5? So how many times does 5 go into 990? Let's just do the calculator. So, I don't want to rate my calculator app right now. So 990, how many times does 5 go into that? 198. Okay, so what I need to do is divide that by 198. Okay, or you could multiply it by 1 over 198, whichever one you prefer. So I'm going to do the same thing over here to 100. I need to divide that by 198. I could plug that into my calculator, or you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll work with decimals. I've been working with fractions mostly in this. So if I take 100, let's clear this off, 100, and divide that by 198, I'm going to get that decimal point. Oh, it's one of those repeating decimals. You know what? I don't like that. I'm going to leave it as a fraction. I'm going to leave it as 100 over 1. Okay. Now I'm going to scale this up. So how many, I want to go from 5 up to 585. So I need to know how many times 5 goes into that. I'm going to use my calculator since I've got it open. So I've got my 585, divide that by 5, see how many times it goes in there, 117 times. Okay, so that means I need to multiply this by 117. So I've got to do the same thing to that fraction, multiply that by 117. Okay, this is definitely where I'm going to get out my calculator now. So I'm going to take 100. Now remember the fraction 100 over 198 means 100 divided by 198. But then I need to multiply that by 117. So what that gives me is this big, long, ugly 59 point, oh, it's not that ugly. There's a pattern, 090909. Okay, so that's going to be 59. And the way that I would write, I could round it, but I might as well, since there's a pattern, just write 09 with the bar over it. That is going to be the percent. So for 585 students, it is 59.09 repeated percent. And I would want to make sure that it's really clear. So I'd write it over here to the side, include my percent symbol, and that would be the solution for question number 7.